we are going to start with Ace Attorney, but as you can see, this does have trilogy on it. Ace Attorney is the only game I have played through in full, so I do have the backseat gaming thing allowed. Just don't go crazy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, awesome sauce. So yeah, we're going to play the first turnabout. Hopefully this won't take me too long. I just need to get back into the groove, remember how the game works. So have you played this, Sophia? Just out of curiosity, because yeah, I played this when I was a bit younger. I struggled with it a lot though. She did! Sorry, my phone's being weird. I can't get caught, not like this! You can kind of see where this is going now, so it kind of shows you who we're looking for. Just to keep it nice and easy for the first case. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. Whew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out in any way I can. This part's super cute to me, just by the way. Nah? It's just, I don't know, it's a bit different. I enjoy it. It's not quite as upbeat and fast-paced as some of the other games people are playing on Twitch at the moment. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over! I shouldn't laugh. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, oh! I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna die! It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. God, I forgot what it looked like. Look at the eyes! Oh. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. That's the definition of sweating bullets right there. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? This is gonna make a lot more sense soon, by the way. What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I don't know why he has that voice. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh boy, it's gonna be a long night. Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butz. Yes, his last name was Butz. Can we just take a moment to get all our laughter out now? My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. There's joke one of however many that's all good. Thank you for popping in, Sophia. It is always lovely to see you. That's that's a joke that flew right over my head when I played it the first time. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case. To clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. We love that optimism. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butz. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous too, that I'm going to embarrass myself. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Oh. Controls are not happening. Let's escape and see if I can fix these options. Nope, that doesn't want to happen. Okay. Let me just give me a second while I work out what the controls are. So both right triggers do that. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what is the victim's name? Ooh, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover over so many times. It's... Wait, uh-oh. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix! Are you absolutely sure those chicks' breasts are really something else? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim! Of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab, or in my case, right bumper. Remember to check it off. And do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Cinderblock. Ah, yes, we're here discussing the murder of Cinderblock. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. How were we meant to know that? Oh, there we go. I was going to say, like, I remember that from the cutscene, but you seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. That feels really patronizing, but anyway. Thank you, Your Honor, because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then, first question for the prosecution, Mr. Payne. Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Evidence number one. A statue in the shape of the thinker. It's rather heavy. Right, be sure to pay attention to any evidence added to the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butz, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything. Unfortunate. Uh-oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Yeah, I want to do that impression too. Phoenix. This guy 100% does finger guns all the time. Mr. Butz, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Seriously, he's a finger guns kind of guy. Also, I just love the way that this game is like animated. It's just, it makes me so happy. Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Feel like I'm hearing noises. No, I'm just going crazy. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped, she just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me, ever. What's it to you anyway? Mr. Butz, what he described is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it, lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on the 7th or the 30th, the day before the murder. Well, the 30th or the 7th, sorry. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model but did not have a large income. It appears she had several sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butz, what do you think of her now? Right, I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry's a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I stop him from answering? My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. The question is irrelevant to this case. Oof, wince. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That's cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. Oh my god. I'm gonna just drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Oh boy. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? Yeah, let's. I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is not looking so good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Go. Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Not a great answer in court. He went. What do I do? Have him answer honestly. That's not gonna work. Oh my god. She wasn't home, man, so I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Why? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove that Mr. Butz is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Okay, but you can't expect anything good from someone with the last name Butz. Please bring Mr. Fang Sawhit to the stand. What is this? Mr. Sawhit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawhit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. This is the beef of the game. Witness testimony. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Sir, if that was the case, you would not have made a game out of it. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawhit used was one of those, Your Honor. I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Electricity in Mr. Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, right, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness gave? Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then the witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key, it's in the evidence. Compare the witness testimony to the evidence in hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find the contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay, open the court record with tab and point out contradictions. Time of death. Okay. Right, I already know how we're going to start this. We're going to present this where he said it was 1 PM, I believe. I was going to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remembered the time exactly. It was 1 PM. Let's press. 1 PM. Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 PM, right? Doesn't it seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. Right bumper. Let's go. They have the Xbox keys on it. And I'm using a PlayStation controller. You sure you found the body at 1 PM? You sure? Yes, it was 1 PM for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 PM. There was no body to find at 1 PM. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? Oh, This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sawhip, why were you so certain you found the body at 1 PM? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Mr. Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and the whole story falls apart. I'm beginning to remember how we solved this case. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. I feel like you guys are starting to see how we see through this guy's lies now. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 PM. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Now, you may be noticing one glaring issue in this. Let's just go straight up and present blackout record. You could not have heard from a television or a video. Gah. Defense is a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sawhit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself, quite. Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sawhit, the court would prefer to hear the accurate testimony from the very beginning. This constant corrections are harming your credibility. That and you seem rather distraught. Fun fact, hello Tradie Place. How is it going? Welcome to the world's probably most chaotic Ace Attorney stream. If there is anyone here who hasn't already, please go and follow Tradie Plays. Tradie plays a variety of games. Tradie Plays, plays a variety of games. Look, solid streamer would 100% recommend him. Just know if you're going into his channel, there's a bit of coarse language and some interesting discussion topics. But if that's fine by you, I say go and check him out and give him a hard time for me. 100% say your playthrough of this was more chaotic. Tradie, we've only just started. We're still here chatting to Mr. Butz. And this is the only trial of the entire game that I can remember, so the rest are going to take infinitely longer. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Well, very well, Mr. Storehead. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Hear it in time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment. It wasn't there. Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Here's where I'm getting a bit rocky. Have been working on a secret build and may have made a wasteland island. Tradie, the more work you do, the lazier I look, alright? I really need to get on there and do some stuff. Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yes, the murder weapon the killer used it to hit the victim. How does he know? Roof time? Woo! We love a good roof time. The murder weapon? Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. That's what I just said. Did you doze off in the middle of my testimony or something? Something's fishy here, 'cause it wasn't a table clock when we got the evidence. My microphone is getting really loose. The murder weapon was not a table clock. You with your objections and your evidence, just who do you think you are? I need to start doing voices, otherwise I'm not going to be able to finish this stream. Just answer the question, Mr. Sawhead. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may, yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, the statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch, you tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. Almost as loose as these antics, talking about some jackass level of visual novel libraries. Fine, do you just want me to sit here and scroll through it with no commentary? I won't even read it out, you can just stare at this dude's face and read it. I mean, it makes my life easier. So, the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears the witness testimony was correct. Yeah, you can do that. I'm not going to let you. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? Hell yeah, I do. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand, yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed, the witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'd do better than that. I can prove you're the one who killed her. You struck her with a clock. It shock with a blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. It's the world's most half-assed libraries too. Yeah. Mondre, thank you so much for the follow. How are you today? Hopefully you are enjoying yourself. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawhitt, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day I never. Look, the clock, I heard no, I mean, saw, rah! Yep. Yep. Hello, greetings from Argentina. Greetings from Australia, if you couldn't tell from my obnoxious Australian accent. But hey, it is lovely here to have some representation from other countries here. How are you? What have you been up to? And, just to satiate my curiosity, what's the time in Argentina at the moment? Shut up, I hate you! It was him, I tell you, I saw him. He killed her and he should burn, give him death. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright, Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? The whole case is riding on this. I better think through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. heard was definitely this clock, a fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock here, now in this court. Speaking to being murdered with the decorative timepiece, I gotta get to bed, mate. See you around. Thank you for popping in, Tradie. It is always lovely having you here. Hopefully I will catch you again soon. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I also got to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That is certainly a strange way to announce a time. Well, here's the thinker after all. So, we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions? I swear I'm going to do a better job at doing these voices next case. Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. Ah! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow, precisely discrepancy between what Mr. Sawhit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawhit, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Oh, what's he talking about now? Well, it may seem the clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it's running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. This guy is so evil. He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Sawhit. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. I lose my toupee. God, life's hard. You treat me like a criminal! A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. Sorry, Larry, I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sawhit. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think! But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of reasons why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes, I can. Wait, maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course, there is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words! Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. Passport time. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawhit? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Oh my god, his name's Saw It. Oh god, I'm an idiot. Oh, that's not ideal. Well. Order, I say. Old mate's frothing at the mouth here. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. And find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, it's only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butz, not guilty! Woo! Confetti, confetti, whoop, whoop. And with that, this court is adjourned. Time for a drink. Turns out that Frank Sawyer was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawyer let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawyer grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find and killed a bitch. Alright, August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. Whew, I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. He's still crying. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, yeah. Don't worry about me, I'll be dead and gone soon. Good, wait, no, I mean bad. Larry, you're innocent, the case is closed. But my Sydney Windy's gone, man, gone forever. Larry, she was a... No, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you! I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butz, innocent. Yeah, thanks, I really owe you one. We're committing to this voice now. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. 100% a finger guns guy. Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Sorry, I'm way too eager to do that voice. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and made one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick! Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to cry? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. No, you don't want to sympathize with me. It's okay. Oh, I'm not. Just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she travelled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take travelling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realise things change depending on how you look at them. People do. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in, never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me? We'll drink a toast to the innocent Butz. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry, you're saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him? Yeah, part, at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Will we? And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave me." I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise I wouldn't be able to keep.